A Dale family lost their home in a fire this morning. We bring you more on what happened. Plus, the Jasper City Council approves moving forward with a voluntary government program. More on that. And Judy Brown with the Du Bois County Soil and Water Conservation District is tonight's guest on Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin this evening with a Dale family losing their home to a fire that broke out early this morning. Firefighters with the Carter Township, Jackson Township, and Santa Claus volunteer fire departments were all called to the residence, which was in the 200 block of Metcalf Street, just before 6 o'clock Central Time this morning. Carter Township Assistant Fire Chief Scott Meters says the two-story home was completely engulfed in flames when firefighters arrived on the scene. No injuries were reported in the fire, and Meters says everyone was able to get out of the home safely. Meters says crews remained on scene late this morning to put out hot spots and to tear down some of the remaining debris. The home was a total loss, and Meters says it is believed that a space heater was the cause of the fire. Meters says the American Red Cross was called to assist the family, who was expected to stay in a nearby hotel. Firefighters from all three departments battled the blaze in single-digit temperatures for nearly 3.5 hours this morning. A traffic stop along Interstate 64 near Ferdinand led to a Kentucky man's arrest on multiple charges. At 12:50 yesterday afternoon, a trooper pulled over a vehicle driven by 44-year-old Joseph Curry of Louisville after it was discovered that the license plate was stolen. Police say the plate was stolen in Louisville last Thursday. Additionally, the trooper found during the traffic stop that Curry did not have insurance or a valid driver's license. Curry was lodged in the Du Bois County Security Center early yesterday afternoon. He is facing a Class D felony for possession of stolen property. He is also charged with driving while suspended and driving without insurance. Police say Curry had prior convictions on both of those charges. A police investigation into a burglary that took place at a Jasper business 2 months ago has led to charges being filed against a Jasper man who's already in jail. Jasper police have filed charges of burglary, a Class C felony, and a Class D felony count of theft against 29-year-old Lloyd Carpenter, who police say lives near the site where this incident occurred. The owner of a business located in the 700 block of East 12th Street in Jasper told police that numerous items of copper, lead, and brass were stolen from inside of a warehouse and also from the property outside of the warehouse on or about November 14th of last year. Police say their investigation has resulted in the charges being filed against Carpenter. Once again, Carpenter is currently being held in the Du Bois County Security Center on unrelated charges. An ongoing process for a floodplain program has taken another step forward. Last night, the Jasper City Council formally approved a resolution declaring a group of properties between Main and Jackson Streets, as well as between 1st and 2nd Streets, as an area in need of redevelopment. Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz says last night's decision was part of a continuing process.
This is an ongoing process that started several years ago, working with the State Department of Homeland Security on a 80-20 federal grant. Subsequently, that grant was denied, and literally Homeland Security walked it over to the Housing and Community Development Organization. All of last year, they looked at it and reviewed it, and at the end of the year, they awarded Jasper a 100% grant of $544,000 and change for entering into voluntary buyout of the homes in that area.
Now, a public meeting for property owners in the aforementioned area was held back on January the 8th. The resolution is just the first step in the process. Property owners will be getting informational packets to inform them of their rights concerning the program and their properties. The buyouts are voluntary, and property owners could commit to the program right away and opt out later if they don't like the appraised value and purchase offer for their property. 2 appraisals for each property would be paid for by the more than $544,000 grant. The median of those 2 proposals would be the appraised value of the property. Now, property owners could have a 3rd appraisal done if they don't like the value of the first 2, but that would be done at their own expense. Also last night, the council heard from a representative of Jasper Desk concerning the possibility of a monument to the Jasper Desk Foundation. Jasper Desk was purchased last year by Jasper Group, and there were fears that the foundation would dissolve at the end of 2013. A meditation labyrinth has been proposed near the Jasper Desk plant and to the east of the Dave Beeler Plaza parking lot. Sites says the project is a good plan for the area.
We feel it's going to be a destination. We feel it's an area of meditation, of solitude, and we want to have it be available. And so what we did is we earlier the Board of Works gave approval of $500 for Indiana 15 administering a grant. Ultimately, though, we don't really expect any city dollars to go into this at this time. If the grant would go through and would match dollars from the Jasper Desk Foundation and also Du Bois Kennedy Community Foundation, we would have a $70,000 project fully funded.
Sites says $27,000 was raised for the Redevelop Old Jasper Action Coalition, or ROJAC, for this project to be done. Earlier this month, the Jasper Board of Public Works approved $500 for Indiana Region 15 in order for them to administer a grant for this project. Sites says if all goes well, the labyrinth could be in place sometime within the next year. Finally, last night, the council heard a report from Vincennes University Jasper Campus Dean Dr. Alan Johnson concerning Du Bois Strong. Johnson outlined the next 3-year plan for the organization. The theme of that plan was growth, specifically workforce, business, and entrepreneurial growth. Finally this evening, self-defense will be the plea of one of the suspects in last month's shooting death of a Daviess County teen. Attorney Michael Chestnut, who represents 19-year-old Lucas Benjamin, filed notice in Daviess Superior Court on Tuesday that the defense of justifiable reasonable force and/or alleged deadly force will be offered up during the upcoming trial. Benjamin, along with Logan Evans and Heaven Berry, are charged in connection with the shooting of 17-year-old Devin Burris of Washington back on December 7th along Oak Grove Road in Washington. The motion filed by Benjamin's attorney states that both Benjamin and Evans had the right to use force when Burris and his friend Donald Crutchen attacked both of them. According to a now sealed probable cause affidavit, Benjamin told Washington police that the meeting between him, Evans, and Burris was to complete a drug sale. Burris and Crutchen then pulled out a pellet gun that was intended to look like a real gun and attacked both Benjamin and Evans. Evans then took out a shotgun and shot Burris in the neck, according to the affidavit. Crutchen and an unidentified man then took Burris to the Daviess Community Hospital emergency room, where he was pronounced dead due to the gunshot wound. Benjamin was arrested shortly after the shooting took place. Evans, with the help of Berry, turned himself into police a few days later. Now, this motion marks the second motion in 2 weeks that has been filed by Chestnut. Last week, he filed a change of venue motion asking for a potential trial to be held outside of Daviess County because the trial would not be a fair one. A hearing was previously set for this week on that motion, but has since been postponed to March 5th. All right, coming up after the break, your local forecast, sports with Kurt Goodsell, and Inform featuring Judy Brown with the Du Bois County Soil and Water Conservation District. That's all up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Local people watching local people.